Hi, everyone. 10 years before the Spaniards arrived in the land of the Aztec had a prophecy that said 8 omens would occur, indicating to them that their empire was going to crumble. Let's read what these 8 omens were. This is from a book called The Broken Spears, written in 1962 by Miguel León Portilla. And this is from the section called The 8 Omens, as described by Friar Sahugan's informants. The first bad omen. 10 years before the Spaniards first came here, a bad omen appeared in the sky. It was like a flaming ear of corn or a fiery signal with a blaze of daybreak. It seemed to bleed fire drop by drop like a wound in the sky. It was wide at its base and narrow at its peak, and it shone in the very heart of the heavens. This is how it appeared. It shone in the eastern sky in the middle of the night. It appeared at midnight and burned till the break of day, but it vanished at the rising of the sun. When it appeared, there was a great outcry and confusion. The people clapped their hands against their mouths. They were amazed and frightened and asked themselves, what could it mean? The second bad omen. The temple of Huitzilopochtli burst into flames. It is thought that no one set it afire, that it burned down of its own accord. The name of its divine site was Tlaquetacan, House of Authority. And now it is burning. The wooden columns are burning. The flames, the tongues of fire shoot out. The bursts of fire shoot up into the sky. The flames swiftly destroyed all the woodwork at the temple. When the fire was first seen, the people shouted, "Mexicanos, come running. We can put it out. Bring your water jars." But when they threw water on the blaze, it only flamed higher. They could not put it out, and the temple burned to the ground. The third bad omen. A temple was damaged by a lightning bolt. This was the temple of Huitzilopochtli, which was built of straw in the place known as Tzonmolco. It was raining that day, but it was only a light rain or a drizzle, and no thunder was heard. Therefore, the lightning bolt was taken as an omen. The people said, the temple was struck by a blow from the sun. The fourth bad omen. Fire streamed through the sky while the sun was still shining. It was divided into 3 parts. It flashed out from where the sun sets and raced straight to where the sun rises, giving off a shower of sparks like red-hot coals. When the people saw its long train streaming through the heavens, there was an outcry and confusion, as if there was a shaking, 1,000 little bells. The fifth bad omen. The wind lashed the water until it boiled. It was as if it were boiling with rage, as if it were shattering itself in its frenzy. It began far off, rose high in the air, and dashed against the walls of the houses. The flooded houses collapsed into the water. This was in the lake that is next to us. The sixth bad omen. The people heard a weeping woman night after night. She passed by in the middle of the night, wailing and crying out in a loud voice, "My children, we must flee far away from this city." At other times she cried, "My children, where shall I take you?" The seventh bad omen. A strange creature was captured in the nets. The men who fished the lakes caught a bird the color of ashes, a bird resembling a crane. They brought it to Moctezuma in the Black House. This bird wore a strange mirror in the crown of its head. The mirror was pierced in the center like a spindle whorl, and the night sky could be seen in its face. The hour was noon, but the stars and the Mamaltwatsi could see in the face of the mirror. Moctezuma took it as a great and bad omen when he saw the stars and the Mamaltwatsi. But when he looked at the mirror a second time, he saw a distant plain. People were moving across it, spread out in ranks, and coming forward in great haste. They made war against each other and rode on the backs of animals resembling deer. Moctezuma called for his magicians and wise men and asked them, "Can you explain what I have seen? Creatures like human beings running and fighting?" But when they looked in the mirror to answer him, all had vanished, and they saw nothing. The eighth bad omen. Monstrous beings appeared in the streets of the city, deformed men with 2 heads, but only 1 body. They were taken to the Black House and shown to Moctezuma, but the moment he saw them, they all vanished. Shortly after that, the Spanish arrived at Lake Texcoco and had their meeting with Moctezuma. I'll let you decide. Were these bad omens actually signs from the gods, or simply just a coincidence?